Ugh. I can't help but think, like, what in the hell is this place? I mean, even if this place was hell, like, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't add up, you know? um, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's really screwed up here, and then some stuff that's kind of not so screwed up. But I mean, it would take like a whole lot of time, a whole lot of effort to make something like this, you know. Oh. So even if it was hell, it's like, what's the fucking point, right? I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, why would they go to all that effort, you know? Well, I mean, you know, I mean, if you're creating a hell, why not just dump people into like a, I don't know, barrel of fleas and fire ants or scorpions or something, right? Some terrible, you know. I mean, this seems like an awful lot of effort, honestly. Yeah, a bit much, seems like. Oh. You know what's screwed up is like, on the one hand, I see how many people are suffering and I care, and I want to see things improve so that all these people don't have to suffer and stuff, you know. On the other hand, I see how basically like wicked and nasty, blind so many people are to the suffering, and how people don't seem to give a shit. So it's like there's strange dichotomy between, you know, wishing everyone had a better life and caring about people, and then on the other hand, looking out at how fucking screwed up so many people are, and how nasty and mean and cold-blooded and fucking ruthless they are, and thinking, I just wish the fucking sun would explode and burn every single one of them fucking alive so I don't have to fucking deal with any more of the bullshit. Honestly, yeah. So there's a bit of a duality there, I guess you could say. Hmm. I don't know. Toast. This place is so fucking screwed up. Wasn't there some sort of scenario in like a disaster? No. Where like the core of the earth heated up and caused the world to explode or something. Like, yeah. I don't know, man. This place is so fucking messed up, in my opinion, that it's like, I. Well, I mean, look at the direction shit is going in here. It appears to be going in, right? Look how bad things have got just in like the last, even just the last 20 fucking years. How much worse the world has got in just 20 years, right? Or look back, depending on your experience, 30 years, 40 years, however old you are, if you can look back on the way the world was back then versus where it is now, it's like, oh my God. What's my point? There's a bunch of kids, man. The hell do you think the world's gonna be like in their fucking future? Jesus Christ. It's all just going heading one fucking direction. Pretty clearly straight to fucking hell in a handbasket, dude. This whole place is turning to a fucking nightmare. More and more and more. Some people are waking up to some things, but it's not enough. It's not fast enough. It's not. I don't know. I mean, you had like Sound of Freedom out on freaking showing up in movie theaters and stuff, and now you got a movie by Lark and Rose coming out. Who knows if that'll ever make it anywhere where anybody sees it? The Jones Plantation. I don't know. I mean, it's good to see that some things are being put out, that some people are waking up even a little bit, but it seems to me like it's too fucking little too late. We should be praying for the asteroid or something. Just a massive amount of change that's happened in this since I was a kid, man. I don't even want to fucking think about how goddamn horrendous things are going to be in another fucking like 20, 30 years. Jesus. I'm gonna go around with our fucking weird, creepy goddamn Black Mirror scrying devices in our fucking pocket because we can't fucking possibly operate and get through the day without it because it's just been incorporated into our fucking life, whether we want it or not. You know? Oh, God. This fucking shit like spying on us everywhere we go, everything we say, everyone's perfectly fine with that. I don't know. I mean, we're like right now, in this day and age, in this modern time period that we're in right now, we're beyond fucking Orwell, dude. We are beyond. We're beyond fucking Huxley and Orwell's fucking. We're like fucking, I don't know, like Huxley meets Orwell meets freaking Soylent Green or something. They live, like it's. I mean, the fact that people don't seem to even notice how fucking screwed up shit is probably one of the most fucking screwed up things about it. I mean, I live in an area that used to be like a small town. Well, it's tough in a small town. Well, serious. This used to be like a small town, small country town, and now, I mean, for fuck's sake, look around, man. Like, it's so fucking screwed up, right? That, and the information is so controlled too. That it's like, if you look up the phrase "the rent is too high," the only thing you're gonna find is that, black politician with the crazy hair going, "The rent is too damn high." You can't even find. I mean, there should be hundreds of thousands or millions of videos of people talking about that shit, but no, right? I mean, am I like the only person who grew up in a smaller town or whatever? I mean, used to visit California because, I guess you could say I was lucky when I was a kid somewhat because I got to go to Disneyland and Universal Studios and freaking SeaWorld and all that kind of stuff, when I was a kid. Well, why I bring that up is I think one of the first times I ever even saw homeless people when I was, I don't know, 10 or 12, and we visited Los Angeles. That was like the first time I saw, people that seemed like they were high on drugs, living on the street, shit like that. And then as I got a little older, got to be a teenager, occasionally I'd see one or two people here and there at a grocery store or something, maybe standing out with a sign. But you'd almost never see that. Like it was, well, because like back then you could still rent an apartment for like $100 a month. Back in like the early 2000s, around here there were still apartments you could rent for 100 bucks a month, $125 a month. I don't know, man. I'd probably come across sounding like some kind of racist if I just mentioned the fact that like back in the day, the only place I ever saw like foreign looking folks, different ethnicities and stuff, were on TV or in movies and maybe like when I'd visit Los Angeles or something like that. Like because they just weren't around. I mean, now if you try to get a hold of customer service anywhere, every single person you get a hold of can't hardly speak English. You go into a restaurant to get a burger or something, chicken or something. Somebody that looks like a foreigner that runs the place. Everywhere, everywhere. I just think it's strange that something like that would happen so quickly. What's weird is like it doesn't seem like it's that much, like there's that many more people here. Honestly, kind of no, and kind of yes, kind of no. It seems more like it's being made to look as though there's such a huge amount more people. Like there's alterations being done to. There's things that are being done to the roads and to the parking lots and to the inside of stores to make everything feel like it's more congested and more crowded. And there's more buildings being put up and stuff like that. But it doesn't feel like it's actually more crowded. It feels like somebody wants us to think that it is, though. You know what I mean? Well, like, they make the parking space, they make it so there's less parking spaces and the more cramped when you pull into a parking lot. They put all these concrete dividers in the roadways and around corners and stuff like that to slow down traffic and make it, harder to get from point A to point B. They make it so that the grocery store parking lot that used to have 9 ways in and out of it only has one or two now. They'll make it so that the aisles at the grocery store are a lot narrower than they used to be, so that you can't make it through the aisles as quickly, and people are bumping into each other because they got us crowded into like more cramped spaces. They make it so that where there used to be 10 or 15 or 20 check stands open, now there's only one or two, etc., etc. So they make everything slower and they make everything seem more cramped and more overpopulated. But for the most part, it's an illusion. Yeah. They jack up the price of housing everywhere. But, and they say that there's a shortage. If anything, there's 10 times or 100 times as much housing as there used to be. And there's not that many more people. There's just a bunch of big empty buildings all over the place. Basically. Are there more people? Maybe. But not so many more people that this shit would make sense. It doesn't. I mean, they must have put up, God, I don't know. There must be like 50 or 100 like enormous 8, 10, 12-story freaking apartment buildings, or at least like 3, 4, 5, 6-story apartment buildings. Massive. I mean, we got like apartment complexes around here in this little once upon a time super small town. Fucking A through Z apartment complexes stacked freaking 5 or 6 stories high. I mean, when I say A to Z, I mean like building A, building B, building C, building D, building E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, you know. And have to deliver food to some of these things. Be like, let's deliver the burrito to Z235 or whatever, right? Then you gotta find building Z or whatever, right? And then find. Mm-hmm. And there's like a huge amount of storage facilities everywhere. There's no fucking way there's that many more people around here. I ain't buying it, dude. No. Because you'd never be able to make it down the street if it was as crowded as they're trying to make it look like it is. They're building all kinds of crap. Everything you could imagine being built except for roads with more space for people to drive down them. So it's like, now, yeah, there's some traffic jams sometimes, but it's inconsistent. if there's as many more people as they want us to believe that there is, like you would just be it would just be easier to walk somewhere than it would be to drive because there wouldn't be anywhere, like the traffic would be so clogged up you wouldn't even be able to find a parking spot at a grocery store like ever. That's one of the things that I've noticed. Damn it. Water. What I've noticed is it seems like they want us to think that it's super duper crowded, but really it's just super crowded wherever the fuck I go, basically. Unless I happen to go somewhere unexpectedly and then I show up there and there's a big empty fucking parking lot or something and people are all surprised when I show up, you know? No, like if I don't tell anyone that I'm planning on going somewhere and I just randomly leave at some random time and I take the battery out of my phone or something, don't have any GPS going or whatever, and I just take off. Sometimes I can like show up somewhere and I'll show up at some store and the parking lot like mostly empty, almost no traffic. And then when you get to the store, everyone's acting strange, like you hear them like yelling at each other and freaking out, like, oh my god. It definitely seems like fucking Truman Show kind of shit, you know? I probably brought this up before, but this is one thing that I noticed. I can't believe it took me so long to notice, though, but I did. I did finally notice. Well, what I noticed was something strange about that kind of seems to be proof that we're in some kind of a computer simulation or something. The parking spaces at like grocery stores and stuff like that, right? Well, they all appear to be the same size, right? And yet, you'll see at one parking space, some guy pulls on in a motorcycle or something, right? And he feels probably a little cramped, a little crowded in that space on his motorcycle. And then there will be somebody else parked driving a little Subaru or whatever, right? And that car looks like it fills up mostly the whole space, like it's cramped in there. And then you'll see another parking space with a big freaking Ford F-350 or something, or a big old diesel Cummings like pickup truck or something, or a huge freaking van. And it looks cramped in the space that it's in. But so does the little car that appears to be parked in the same size space. Or you ever pull up to like a one of these bank teller windows where like you have to really like back up and like line the car up because it seems so narrow to pull into this spot, right? You have to like just have your vehicle perfectly aligned, or you'd be hopping a curb or something to get into a spot, right? And then you'll see some like, 35-foot fucking RV come around the corner and pull right in there. Mhm. Or there'll be spots where it's like kind of rough to pull in and out of a parking space because it seems just tight, cramped. Real tight corner you got to get around to even get in there in a regular sized car. Then you'll see like a semi truck just backing out of there like nothing, or a big fucking RV. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is that if all the parking spaces are the same size as they appear to be, then the guy in the little car or the motorcycle should have a much easier time getting into the parking space than the guy driving the big ass truck or the big ass van. And yet, somehow, it seems to be about even. Or it should be like way more difficult to pull out of a park to back out of a parking space into a parking lot without running somebody's ass over if you're driving a big huge fucking like monster truck or something, right? Basically. Yeah. But it's about the same for some reason, right? Which is not fucking possible if this place was real. It would be impossible. It would be, you know. God dang it. I guess I should take the remaining beer or two that I have left and dump them down the fucking sink or something. I don't know, man. I'm running low on money. And then I wasn't. And I showed up at the grocery store the other day. I was going to buy some food and stuff. And beer, yeah. Beer was part of it, but. So that's not good. Okay, I know. But had an issue. It said that insufficient funds or some bullshit, right? Well, I guess I got hundreds of dollars more fees charged to me on the same day. It seems like I'm being charged extra money or something, but I don't know that I could prove that. It looks like I'm getting fucking like ripped off. Like they're double charging me on the fucking car insurance and my storage fee or something like that. And then I try to get into my online account, with the freaking bank program, and it locked me out. And I ended up finally getting a hold of somebody on the phone there, and they were being just rude and nasty to me, basically. Notice how people get super offended if you're not like kissing their butt 100% of the time. And even more so, like, seem to be on a power trip when they're handling your money. Like, I don't know, man. Jesus Christ. Just. Oh boy. I don't know. I'm surprised this shit hasn't happened already on a massive scale, that they haven't just shut down the banks and closed the doors and said, "Oh, we're sorry. We're closed now." You know, and just took everybody's money because, like, yeah. Like, would that even be enough to get people to wake up? I mean, if the banks just stole 100% of every single person's money at the same time, would that be enough for people to wake the fuck up and care? I don't know, man. Like I said, man, when I was younger around here, it was rare to see a homeless person, you know, because they basically mostly didn't exist in this area. I mean, they existed over in like Los Angeles and stuff because the prices were already ridiculously high over there. But now everywhere you go, man, there's people living in tents, under cardboard boxes, people living in just leaned up against the wall in front of the grocery store, people sleeping in fucking parking lots on the ground. Everywhere, man. There's people living in their cars everywhere. And a lot of them actually have jobs and shit, or they have social security checks or SSI or something, you know? Just can't afford a place to live because the fucking cost of living is too ridiculously high. Like, I don't know how the fuck they do it, honestly. How they go about just. Like, how does somebody live in a fucking trashed car and just continue on like that for years without completely going ape shit, or without their car being permanently fucking broke down, or without, you know, all kinds of problems I could see arising. I mean, talking to this one dude saying he's been living in his car for, what did he say, 8 years or something. He said he hasn't washed his laundry in 4 months, and he didn't seem to be in any hurry to do so. He's like, what? And he says, no, clothes are clean. You know, I don't smell bad. Well, how the fuck do you manage that? I mean, we're talking about the middle of summertime, right? And he was hanging out over in the south where it's got to be like 100 degrees out, right? mean, give me a week and I'll have freaking like a big garbage bag completely full of dirty laundry. He's telling me that his laundry is magically clean and he's just worn the same shit for 4 months. Like, that would be impossible for like a human being. You would think. Unless there was some kind of magic opera, going on. I watched my own health decline just over this last year because I didn't have access to an oven and a stove, and because I'm showering in city water instead of well water, so I'm dealing with probably fluoride in the water and I don't know how many chemicals in the water and stuff like that. So like just little things like that, and like I had a massive decline in my eyesight. Felt sick more often, even quit drinking. I'd still feel sick and just not just health declining like massively compared to where I was even just like a year ago. Just because I haven't been eating as well. I, it's hard for me to even imagine what it'd be like to like just live in my car right now and to not have any form of refrigeration whatsoever, or any like sink to wash dishes or wash my hands, or to have to go stop off and pay a bunch of money somewhere to take a shower and not be able to shower when I want to have to find some store that's open to be able to take a shit, like, or just to have to walk off in the bushes or something like. Yeah, I'm basically at the point now where I should be moving into my car. Because, I mean, God, and what's worse is like, shit, it's August now. Then September, October, November, December, January, February, it's going to be probably cold and rainy before too long for like a good probably 6 months or something, basically. Gonna live in my car and freeze my ass off, or not even really have a rough time sleeping because of fucking authoritarians there to bang on your window or whatever. And then probably other people living in their car probably treat me like I don't know, man. Because if I start living in my car, like, I'm not gonna be looking like some filthy drug addled bum or something. I'm gonna be like somewhat clean cut and probably have like normal curtains and fairly clean car and all this kind of shit, you know. Which will probably just make all the other people living in the cars like fucking hate me more or something. I don't know. I don't know what to do, man. It's just I should have been camping all fucking summer. Well, honestly, one of the reasons why I haven't been camping all summer or even is I had to deal with this bullshit, ridiculous community court because I got assaulted and then I didn't rat the guy out that assaulted me. So I got fucking, like, bullshit put on me. And I didn't know how well that would work out if I had to try and sleep in some tent somewhere. And, like, I don't know, man. I mean, just things aren't like they used to be, man. I mean, I feel like if you were sleeping in a tent, that there's a pretty good chance that if you walk away from your tent for a couple hours or half an hour or who knows what, you're liable to come back and have your stuff get stolen or something. Because that's the kind of like shitty people there are everywhere now. Seems that way. Damn, I don't know, man. I just want to get away from all the bullshit. I don't know, man. I'm really not sure what the fuck I should do, man. I almost feel like I should. I don't know. Got all these fucking demands on your time, man. Demands on your labor and your time, and just this place seems very, 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 very evil. Yeah. There's like a really fucking weird, twisted sort of evil, you know? Well, because it's like this. Well, it's like an evil wrapped in fucking sunshine and rainbows and smiley faces or something, right? It's like, hi, we're your friends. We're gonna help you. La 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 la. Love, love, love. then it's just like totally fucking evil, sick fucking shit. People out to fucking destroy and kill you and stuff, and while they like smile at you and pretend to be your friend or something, you know? It's like, what the? Kind of something like that. That's what it feels like, you know? It's like, yeah, like super creepy level evil, like soft spoken people with pretending to be all nice with big fake smiles while they're like dropping fucking arsenic in your tea or whatever. Robbing you blind, telling you how much they care about you at the same time. Like, yeah, right? That's what it feels like, man. I don't know. Ugh. No, yeah, seriously, the evil in this place is like it's like a crazed rabid dog showing its bloody teeth to you, and everybody says, "Look, he's smiling." I don't know, man. Ugh. I don't know. That's why sometimes I think that like this has got to be like hell or something. But I don't understand why even something like hell would go to so much trouble. All these intricate details and all the weirdness. Honestly, where I'm at, like psychologically, emotionally, and stuff, like dealing with this kind of stuff, if I had any faith whatsoever, like in the fucking goodness of humanity or that there was actually helpful people out there, like I would probably check myself into a fucking mental institution or something. Or something, you know? Just to like. But I really feel as though like I I feel like I'm the sane one, though. Honestly, I feel like I'm living in a world where the lunatics are running the asylum or something. And it's fucking terrifying. It's like fucking island of Dr. Moreau or some shit, you know? I don't know. I gotta find somewhere to go, somewhere to be, or I can just get away from this insanity. I don't know what the fuck to do, though. I mean, I guess I might as well just wander off into the woods or something and try to set up a camp or something somewhere. Just try to live, try to make it through the fucking winter, and try to find a way to get away from this bullshit, man. But shit, if I'm being honest, man, I mean, I've basically been like domesticated, you know? that's, that's what they do to you here. They put you in a situation where you're like comfortable for a while and nobody teaches you many things needed to survive in a real world. And then they take everything away from you when you're like a dog. Like if you're like take a dog that's been like a family pet or something for many years, and then one day you just drop them off in the woods or something, you know? So it's like, you know, nobody left to pet the dog, nobody left to care about the dog, nobody left to care about feeding the dog or just left to fend for himself, surrounded by a bunch of wolves, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know, I hate to say it, but I almost feel like I would have been better off if I was like raised by wolves or something. If they just like stuck me in a zoo and had me be raised by a gorilla or something, or fucking wolves, or, you know. At least then I'd have like, you know, normal trained survival skills to get away from this fucking wicked place. And I don't know, man. I wish if it was gonna come to this shit that it would have at least like happened when I was like a fucking teenager or 20 or something, you know? Not when I'm like fucking pushing 40 and shit. mean, seriously, like up till a year ago, I I'd never even had to go to a laundromat. Basically, I would just do my own. I would do my laundry. We had a washer and dryer in the house. I would cook dinner on a stove or in the oven. I always had my own bedroom, and all my stuff was there, and I could lock my doors, and I wouldn't, nobody wander into my fucking room when I was gone and shit. Oh shit. And if I was drinking, I don't know, juice or soda or whatever, I always had ice, I always had a bathroom. Like I never, I've never been homeless in my whole life, man. Never been stuck living in a fucking car. It was never something that I had to deal with. And now I'm looking, and it looks like I don't even know how the fuck I can prevent this, honestly. I've tried to apply for low income apartments. I've tried to apply for normal ones years ago that I would still have a whole lot of money left if anyone would have just rented a place to me, but nobody would rent a fucking place to me. And now money is fucking running out, so down goes the savings to fucking basically nothing. It looks like it's headed in that direction. Now I could go out and make some money doing fucking DoorDash or Uber Eats. If the apps work in my phone, if I can keep my phone charged, if the GPS doesn't steer me off a fucking cliff or into a car wreck like it seemed like it was trying to do the last time I went out and did it. But it's not enough money. This wouldn't make enough fucking. It's not around. I don't know, man. Hear people saying they're going out DoorDash and making fucking $200-300 a day. Like, shit, man. Half the time I gotta go drive around fucking all day just to make like $60 or some shit, 60 or $70 takes practically all day. I piss away a half a tank of gas or more in the process of doing that, which is like, so basically like half the money I made in the day. So like in reality, I probably only made like 30 or $40, and the rest of it was just the gas that I had to blow to make that, you know. I'd probably be better off flipping burgers or making burritos at Taco Bell or something, or pumping gas or shoveling fucking horse shit or something. Even part time, probably make more money doing that, but still not enough to actually get a fucking place to live. I mean, seriously, people don't even seem to give a shit. How do you not see how absolutely fucking insane it is that, like, when I was a kid, people around here were renting houses, like 2-bedroom houses and shit, for like $50 or $100 a month. When I was a kid, my parents bought a 2-story house on about 3 acres that also had a mobile home out front and a barn and all that shit for about $25,000. And if you were to try to buy that same thing today, it would cost about $500,000 or more. Like, how does that not register? And if that being the case, I'm not even 40 fucking years old, dude. So imagine how much more expensive it would be in 10, 15, 20 years from now or something, right? I mean, you hear about it all the time, people talking about the dollar failing. The credit rating of the U.S. fucking got, is down. You got the BRICS, currency probably getting ready to take world reserves status. You got the freaking digital currency coming out so they can track and trace every purchase you make. They're setting up some kind of social credit score fucking shit to. I mean, it's like, forgive me, but if I happen to notice that it looks like we're really, really fucked, you know? I'm not even 40 years old yet. And when I was a kid, there were people renting houses and shit for $50 to $100 a month around here. And now a single bedroom apartment is upwards of $1,500, $1,600, $1,700, $1,800 a month. Like, and you've got to have like a super high credit score and make 3 times that to even be approved. Like, and you wonder why there's fucking homeless people everywhere. That's why. Because, getting a job and working all day doesn't fucking give you enough money to be able to afford to have a roof over your head of any sort, really. We're basically being robbed blind and left to fucking die in the street. And the people who've got the money and who've already got the houses don't give a fuck about the rest of us. Mm-hmm. Apparently, or even about themselves or their children or their children's children, I guess. I mean, seriously, shit is so bad in this country right now. From the housing cost and so on and so forth to the extreme levels of just like Orwellian fucking totalitarian fucking dictatorship level fucking bullshit that we got going on. Like, there should be. You shouldn't be able to leave your house or your, wherever you are and go outside and drive down the street or go to a grocery store or go anywhere without seeing a massive group of people with like fucking signs like protesting. Like, every city hall should be like shut down for fear of the thousands of people that's going to come through the door and scream at them for ridiculous cost of housing right now and shit, you know? But somehow, people don't even seem to give a shit. It's crazy. Like I said, man, the short period of time where I actually had some sort of an apartment. That's what they want to call it now. People are just buying old houses for pennies on the dollar because they have connections or whatever, and then they're, making as many separate rooms in them as possible and having people share a bathroom or two between like 15 people, and then they call it an apartment. That's what I'm talking about. But the point of that was that, like, when you look at like a lot of the other people that were living in that situation, you had there was a college professor, you know, total commie, but yeah, commie college professor, and some guy that worked at like fucking Hewlett Packard or something. I mean, there were point being there were people living there that had very steady, high paying fucking jobs, man. That couldn't afford anything better. There was a couple that lived next door to that place in another similar living situation. They were both optometrists. Almost every maid that I've spoken to at these motels and stuff, they're living in their car. Mm-hmm. The fucking managers, even the managers, man, like the only way that they even have a roof over their head is because while they're managing the hotel, they get a room that's set aside for the manager. But then the second that they no longer have that job, they're moving out into their fucking car. Like that's where this country is gone. That's, the people that work cleaning up the rooms in the motels can't even afford to stay in them. They can't afford to have an apartment anywhere. I mean, there's couples where both, husband and wife, man and woman, whatever, they're working, they both have fucking full-time jobs, and they still can't afford a place. Like, because you're required to have like 3 times the rent. And the rent is so ridiculously high that you have to be making like working full time, making 30 or 40 bucks an hour to even qualify. I mean, if you want to say I'm just whining about shit, well, whatever, I mean, everybody, I'm not the only one getting screwed here, man. There's a lot of people getting screwed. And it's the banks, and it's the government, and it's the fucking rental agencies, and it's the owners of the fucking buildings and shit that are screwing everyone, basically, to a large extent. people treating fucking housing like it's a fucking investment to appreciate in value or something, instead of thinking, gee, maybe people might want to live in this. Huh. What's really fucked up, people don't realize that I don't know if you ever looked into Japan, but like there are millions of homes that are empty in Japan. The same could be said of China. But what most people probably don't realize is that the same is true in the United States. There are millions, if not hundreds of millions, of houses, empty houses, barns, old school buildings, shopping malls, hospitals, libraries, mansions, apartment buildings, motels, etc., that are fucking completely empty. There's entire towns, entire neighborhoods with, houses, house after house after house, completely fucking empty. It's true. There's not a housing shortage. There's crooked, evil bastards that keep people from living in fucking houses. That's what there is. They demand ridiculous prices in exchange for tiny little fucking boxy shit apartments that we never own. Well, there's all these fucking mobile homes and houses just sitting around empty because no one will fucking sell them to you. Unless you're some fucking multi-millionaire or something. Or you've got the right connections. Flipping real estate or something. I don't know. Now you look on YouTube all the time, you'll see all these people that they've got connections. These dudes that have connections wanting to flip real estate, right? They'll find some house, and because they have the right licensing and connections or whatever, they can buy a house for $8,000 or $10,000 or something, turn around and slap a new coat of paint on it or something and flip it for fucking, 300,000 or some shit, right? Basically. And they do that all the time with these, they'll find these mobile home parks, right? Where there's like dozens of empty, abandoned freaking trailers, right? And they'll, with the right connections, they'll manage to buy up every single one of those for pennies on the dollar. And then come in with a couple sheets of fucking plywood and some paint and turn around and flip all the fucking things for like, $50,000-$60,000 a pop or something. Or add a couple of walls in and make it, it's a 4-bedroom place. Well, I'll just rent this out for every separate room for $1,000 a month. Right? Mm-hmm. But a guy like me tries to show up and fucking offer somebody $5,000-$6,000 for the worn out, beat up fucking trailer, which I could have fixed up my damn self. And no bueno. Doesn't work out for me. I don't have the fucking connections. I don't have the fucking square and compass fucking embroidered on my shirt or whatever, so I don't get to fucking get those kind of deals. Or whatever, I don't know. Shit. I don't know, man. I wish I would have just like immediately a year ago. I wish that I would have just left the state, headed south. You know, move shit into some storage facility in Georgia or wherever the fuck, right? And try to find some place. I mean, hell, I could have got some shithole in Detroit or something if I for pretty cheap. I could have bought some place in Flint, Michigan or something, I guess. Might as well live somewhere with toxic water or toxic soil. At least I'd have a fucking home. Christ. And honestly, I'd probably rather live around people that were like openly hostile rather than to be surrounded by a bunch of fucking fake people with their fake smiles and their fake kindness that are just out to fucking screw me over, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't believe the way the world's. It's gotta be fake. It has to be. The why is what. I don't know why, though. Why is it like this? Why is it. It's gotta be. It has to be fake. I mean, I don't know if I mentioned it in this video, but the thing I said about the parking spaces, that right there, just the thing about the parking spaces should be proof enough that the shit is fake. Seriously, that's just that by itself. I ought to show. I ought to just walk around the parking lot. Now people probably be weirded out. They film in their vehicles or whatever. I don't know. Seriously, next time you're in a parking lot, check it out. Look around. Look at. You'll see like big, huge pickup trucks, right, parked in the same size parking space as whatever your car you're driving, right? And you'll see somebody else with like a motorcycle in the parking space, etc., etc. And what you'll notice is that everyone appears to be like, no matter what car or truck or what size it is, it looks like it's tight in the space, but it fits. Like whatever it is. Whereas there should be more variation than there is. I don't know, it's hard to point that out to people. I don't, it took me years to notice this. Yeah, took me years to even notice the shit about the parking spaces, but once I noticed it, I was like, oh shit. I just look around, like pulling whatever you're driving, right? It's not just parking spaces. There's also like some tight corners and like spaces and where you could be driving a little Subaru or something and have a rough time getting around a corner because it's so narrow. But then if you sit around there long enough, you'll see like a huge pickup truck driving in there, no problem. See a freaking RV pull in there, it's like 35 feet long or something, a big, huge freaking van that looks wider than your vehicle, like bigger. So it's almost like the parking spaces adjust to the size of your vehicle in order to allow it to fit, which would be impossible unless we're in like a computer simulation or something. Or do you ever pull up to like a gas pump and I guess it depends on what you're driving and how much other traffic there is there. But I feel like you're kind of crowded in by these other vehicles, even when you're just driving your car or something. And then as you're pulling out of there, suddenly there's a big RV or semi truck or something pulling into the same space, right? No problem. It just, yeah, it would be impossible in a real world, physical world, because larger vehicles take up more space. You see what I'm saying? Right? Pretty simple. I can't believe it took me so many years to even notice that, though. To notice how that was weird. Oh, fuck. I had to take a couple of beers that I have left and dump them down the frickin' sink. Shit. Almost like a whole fucking week down the drain, basically, because I had a couple of too many beers or something. I don't know, some weird shit happened that I don't really particularly want to get into. There was a couple of things that sort of happened around the same time. It sort of stressed me out. I think that's what led to me drinking a lot more than I would have. Well, at first I bought beer because I had gone out get glasses and done DoorDash and Uber Eats all day, and it got really weird out there. The GPS was seemed like it was trying to kill me or something. It was screwing up big time, and just a lot of stuff dealing with that was pretty freaking stressful. I mean, I'm lucky I didn't get pulled over or get in a wreck or something trying to follow that GPS. It was really fucking screwing up. It was telling me to turn the wrong way onto one-way streets and telling me to flip a UE in the middle of like heavy traffic, and it telling me to take a right or take a left when I'm in the like at a four-way intersection, and the turn that I was actually supposed to make is on the other side of the intersection, shit like that. It was just fucking like made it damn near impossible for me to find what I was looking for. I would have done better just writing the address down and looking on a map or something, honestly. Trying to follow this freaking GPS. And then having to do that in busy traffic too. End up looking like I'm driving like an idiot because I'm trying to follow the fucking GPS, which is like screwing me up. And then the whole time they're sending me just like shit. Oh yeah, go drive 30 miles for $3. Like, fuck you, dude. Oh man. So I don't know. I got really frustrated by that crap. I was like, okay, that is the last freaking delivery I do today because this GPS is like trying to get me killed or something. It's like I am done for the day. I don't even think I ever want to go out and do this shit again after that. And then I noticed that my tires are getting more worn down too, putting a bunch more miles on my engine. About half the money I'm making doing the shit anyways is just going towards gas. And then I got charged. I paid $350 for the fucking motel for that week. Then I got charged like another $200 for storage fee and car insurance, which I swear I thought I already fucking paid that shit not that long ago. And then another $80 for the glasses, plus gas that I had, and all this other shit, just money just down the drain in like a single day. I was probably down almost $700 in like one day. And then I got locked out of my fucking bank account. And it's just like, oh my God. All the fucking crazy shit going on. And then I got some guy fucking thinking I hacked his phone, which I didn't have anything to do with it. A fucking psycho thing talking about coming over to fucking visit my room with a fucking sword and some homemade fucking knife and shit, talking about writing some fucking country song like Black Rose and Money or whatever the fuck, and then some other dude freaking getting pretty weird on me. Oh boy. Just drama, 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 and fucking craziness. And doing the deliveries, I had people screaming at me in traffic because I was having to drive like a fucking maniac to try it because this fucking GPS was like jerking me around. Ended up taking me like an hour and a half to deliver food that should have taken me like 10 minutes to deliver because the GPS was fucking really crazy. Like, it makes me think that maybe my phone has been hacked or something. I don't know. Or somebody's like screwing with me and thinks it's funny or something to try and get me killed in traffic. I don't know. Get me fucking get me ticketed, or I don't know, man. I'm lucky I didn't get freaking pulled over or get in a wreck or something. The way that GPS was doing me. Fuck, dude. And all that so I could make like fucking $10 or something. Jesus Christ. I just had to quit for the day. I was gonna do it for hours more, but after that, the GPS was doing that the last few times, and then the phone was screwing up, and other things the app was messing up. It's just like this. That's it. Like, no more. And it's depressing because I'm trying to do the fucking right thing, trying to make somewhat of a living, trying to cover my expenses, and then the expenses just go through the roof more and more, and everything I try to do just goes to shit. It's like, and then the second I get off and over with that shit, I got people like fucking acting like psychos, like they want to kill me. Like, Jesus Christ, man. It's just, yeah, I end up fucking drinking, drunk and stupid, and I got somebody else trying to get me to like head to California, like trying to convince me that California is a good idea. Oh man. I gotta see my dad like texting me a bunch of crap. He just cold blooded shit, basically. Kind of, yeah. And then all this time, like, I'm thinking pretty soon I probably better move into my car so I can not go completely broke as fucking quickly if I can manage to stay in my car and not have everything go to shit there. And at least I have. Okay. But then I don't even know where the hell to go stay in my car where I'm not gonna get fucked with. It's just a hard time fucking sleeping as it is, even in a damn bed. I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to sleep in a fucking back of a car, crammed up in the back of a car. Shit, I'm almost 6'3", like 220 something pounds. Supposed to cram myself into the back seat of a car, then figure out like how much of my stuff can I even have with me, where it's not gonna be too crammed, and like where the hell is this? Just what? Sweat and stink up the back seat of a car while I try to have to run into a fucking grocery store or something. What if I have to go to the bathroom and it's like after 11? I guess I just gotta crap on the ground outside somewhere because there's nowhere to use the bathroom. Like it's just it's wave goodbye to hot food. You go to a restaurant and buy some hot food, and then you gotta like eat it fast or watch it sit there and rot. Eat some leftover half of a fucking sandwich that's been sitting in a bag for like a day or two, hoping it doesn't spoil. Fuck, I don't know, man. This doesn't sound like a lot of fun to me, honestly. Like, I'm fucking sick of this shit, dude. And it hasn't even fucking begun yet, you know? The real nightmare situation of it sounds like something that's in my near future or something, you know? I mean, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to just hand over more money to the fucking motel. I don't like being here, man. I don't like being here. This place sucks, but it's like there's nowhere fucking. I tried to find a fucking. I spent like all day. One of the days I had off, I was searching and searching, making phone calls, trying to find campsites. And I come to find out that a fucking campsite cost almost as much as what I'm paying for the fucking motel room. You know? And there was like a yurt campsite for a yurt, and that costs more than the fucking motel I'm staying in. And even where the price is a little lower for like a tent site, they're all booked out for months and months, you know? It's like, because the rich people are living there, I guess, for fun. They needed a break from their big house. Poor them. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Fuck, I don't know. I don't think I really ever liked camping all that much. I didn't mind when my parents went camping. I got to stay home and had the house to myself, but oh, shit. Damn it. I don't know what the hell to do. Got a whole bunch of stuff for a house and, a whole bunch of. I got a TV and a mini fridge and little video game arcade things and freaking Xbox and computer and tons of clothes, paintings, tapestries, cool things to hang on the walls and stuff. But I got no fucking home. And I really don't see how the fuck I'm ever gonna have a home without some kind of fucking miracle befalling me. Win the damn lottery or somebody just decides to give me a house or something. Like, I don't know how the fuck I'm ever even gonna have a home. Like, I really don't. Like, it's looking like. I don't know. I hate to say it, but I feel like I'm really worried. Like, I don't know how much longer I have left to even live at this point, or how much longer I even would want to live. You know, if it gets as shitty as it sounds like it might be getting. Like, honestly, it just. I don't know. I'm tired of fucking. I hate is like come off sounding lame or desperate or something just because stuff in my life has been so fucked up for so long. It's ridiculous. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to do. I just need a freaking miracle. Hell, I expected a miracle like, a year ago when all the fucking shit seemed so horrible with the COVID nonsense and the stress that caused, and then losing my freaking grandma and losing my mom, losing my home, having freaking that psycho Garth dude fucking messing with me so much, all the other bullshit. I thought for sure that some miracle would happen and things would get better, and I thought, like, as bad as things were, like, I thought, wow, I must be about to win the fucking lottery or something, because, that's my life. Throughout my life, it's usually been like, ups and downs, right? And the further down, the more bad, terrible crap happens, the more, like, suddenly something good comes along. But the bad just kept going on and on and on. Like, just a lot of lows, no fucking real highs, It's like very few. At least I had a woman come along for a little while back in like about a year ago, or a short time, but she never wanted to get serious with me, though. It was just fooling around, and I mean, hell, she was running out of fucking money too, but didn't want me to pay half her bills and have a place to live. No, can't have that. Fuck. There's so many ways that things could have went so much better just in this last year, man. I can't believe how shitty. I mean, I guess maybe they could have went worse too somehow, but well, I mean, they could have went a whole hell of a lot better though too. Well, for instance, right, like, if somebody would have just rented me, there were houses for rent that I tried to apply to. There was even a place I would have had my own place with my own kitchen and bathroom and everything. I wouldn't have had any fucking problems probably. And it was like $800 a month. They wouldn't fucking rent that to me. There were places that were $1,200 a month. Back when I still had like 50 G's, dude. If they would have just approved me to live there, I probably would have been holding down some kind of fucking job. I would have had a home, and I probably still would have had over 30 G's left right now. But no, they can't fucking give me a place to live. Well, if the so-called apartment place hadn't stole my deposit, I'd have an extra $1,000. If my dad hadn't fucking showed up, trying to like force me to go live in South Dakota with him and shit, and then run off with like $3,000 more of my money, then I'd have like 8 or 9 grand left right now instead of fucking less than 4. It's getting toward the end of fucking summer here, and the winter's coming up pretty soon. Before you know it, it'll be fucking cold and rainy and shitty out all fucking day. And if I don't get the fuck out of here and start sleeping in my car or have some kind of miracle befall me, then I'll be probably fucking broke by then, you know? I mean, yeah, it's making money doing fucking DoorDash and Uber Eats and stuff. Not enough money. It's basically a fucking... And the thing is glitchy, you know? Honestly, it kind of feels like a big fucking waste of time, basically. I mean, if you're not... If your bills are higher than your income, then you're kind of still fucked, you know? I can't believe that I haven't been able to find anywhere to, like, not have to blow fucking 350. Like, literally, that my only option is fucking to just go be homeless on the fucking street because I don't, you know, I have to pay a minimum of 1,400 plus another 200 plus more hundreds on top of that, you know, just to have any kind of roof over my head, basically. I don't know. I ain't got no freaking family to take me in. Nothing, man. Just I don't know, man. I told you about this chick Mandy that I used to date years ago that's kind of nuts and everything, right? Well, there was good for her too, you know. But one of the things that always really disturbed me was seeing the way that her family treated her. Her parents basically siphoned all her money away from her and took control of all her money. And I mean, they were getting thousands of dollars every month from her. And they had her living in a fucking beat up tool shed in the yard, having to use a bucket as a bathroom and stuff. Like, that's... And now I'm realizing kind of that, like, my situation currently nowadays is as bad, if, or is about to be possibly as bad or even fucking worse than that, is what it looks like. I couldn't believe that anyone's family, even if the person was a total fuck up, would be that cruel and heartless. But now I realize that, like, my own family, that, like, the only person I had in my life, I don't know, that actually gave a damn whether I lived or died was my mom and my grandparents and stuff. And so on. And now everyone that fucking gave a shit about me for the most part is gone. You know? That's what it feels like now. And now I just got like these cruel, nasty, mean fucking people that I don't know, man. Or or just people that aren't capable of really helping. There's decent people, but they're not capable of being of any help. And then there's people that are totally capable, that have nice big houses and huge properties and all that shit, that are just cold blooded and don't give a fuck, basically. I don't know. It's fucking nuts. It's crazy. I never thought that. I don't know, man. Just when I started making some halfway okay money delivering stuff, now my money is getting so fucking low that like I'm tempted to sell my car just to have a little more money again, so that maybe I could come up with enough money to have shelter for the fucking winter or something. Because it costs so much goddamn money. Shit. I must be losing probably, I don't know exactly, somewhere between $2,000 to $3,000 a month just to be in a motel, and with the car insurance and the storage fees and the gas and the groceries. I mean, and right now I've got like food stamps, but I don't know how long I'll be able to keep that. But it's not really enough. I mean, because it would be if I had a fucking home with a freezer and oven. I could cook food and could store. I could buy big packages of like pork chops and you know bags of chicken legs and stuff like that, and cook them up in the oven and eat pretty good or something. But kind of hard to do that without a barbecue grill, an oven, a stove, something. Somewhere to cook. Without a freezer to store things. I basically have to live on processed crap from the grocery store, or have to go to Burger King or Taco Bell or whatever, and try to use coupons to get some sandwiches at Subway or something, or just eat everything out of a can, which of course then I'm getting all the whatever chemicals and weird shit they're putting in that. Fuck. And yeah, I'm sure the alcohol's an expense there too. when I get on a fucking bender or something for a couple of days, it can 50, $60 down the drain or more, in like 2, 3 days. So that's fucking brilliant. And what do I get? What do I get to show for it? A bunch of trips to the toilet and stomach ache and feel like an idiot. Goddamn, I mean, it's fucking stressful as fuck though to be sober all the fucking time, because I can't blame how fucking batshit crazy the world is on the alcohol. That's more like a symptom, That's like something I use to try to cope with the bullshit. You know, feeling so fucking alone, or like, I mean, I don't think I'm totally like necessarily without friends, but I don't have like good influences in my life, really. I don't have like a real support structure of like a real fucking people and stuff. Just if I need someone to, stab me in the back emotionally, I can listen to my dad's bullshit or anybody else in my family. If I want to be completely ignored, then I can try to get a hold of my sister, right? I can go talk to mom's, my mom's husband, John. He's nice, but I don't think he can do much of anything to really help me. He's living in a fucking camp trailer himself. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Hear people. I just keep waking up in the morning, whether I fucking want to or not. And the more I see, like, the way things seem to be headed, it's like, I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck to say now. What good does it do? I guess this is like my own personal fucking therapy here, but just, I know lots of people are stuck in shit situations, lots of people are suffering and stuff like that, and that some people are better at keeping a positive attitude in the face of a whole bunch of bullshit. There's a lot of things I didn't really expect in this life. I never thought that I would end up alone, that I would be alone for so long. I never thought that I'd get to be damn near 40 without ever being married. Having some super, long-term relationship with a woman. I never thought that that would ever happen. Because, I mean, shit, from the time when I was like a kid, I've been dating girls since I was like 12 or something, or younger, and women always loved me, and I thought I was a super popular guy, until all of a sudden it's like I wasn't anymore. So there's that. I never thought it would be like that. I never thought that the cost of living would suddenly go up times 10, 20, 30, 100 or whatever without anybody else seeming to have even noticed the fucking change. Like, I never imagined that. Never imagined I would basically be abandoned and left out in the fucking cold, you know? Didn't see it coming. I don't know, man. Just stay the hell away from alcohol. And I mean, when I'm not drinking, I'm totally like way more clear-headed. The thing is, man, when I get all sober and clear-headed and I try to do all the right things and stuff, and I find myself to be in a world that makes no fucking sense. That's completely insane and nonsensical and batshit crazy, it seems to me, Cold, cruel, nasty freaking world, basically. All kinds of weird shit. It seems like something. Well, there's the weird, like, targeted individual sort of stuff that I deal with a lot of. And what it feels like a lot of times is almost like it's kind of like the Matrix or the Truman Show or something. If if there was like some kind of stoned sort of tricksters or something that just got off on fucking torturing you and gaslighting you and making you feel like you're going crazy, you know, doing all kinds of weird shit around you and things to try to freak you out or put you in danger or like mess with your head, you know. Yeah. I know there's a lot of stuff I could get into as far as the weird shit that goes on, but